Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Michaud Show. I said show. This is episode 2. I'm your gracious, humble, and grateful host, Zach Michaud. It's another week, so it's a new approach. Last week I was just by myself playing guitar. This week I thought I'd bring some friends. Too bad they couldn't show up, so then I invited Big Ratchet. And we got Thicky Hendrix working the camera. Thank you, Thicky.
Hey, yo.
Little debutante in the making.
Hell yeah, little Debbie.
And when I say making, we're talking Georgia.
What's up, bud?
Oh, not much. How are you, ladies and gentlemen? Big Ratchet all the way from Seattle.
What's up? You know?
So how are you?
Let's see. I'm in the middle of a pandemic. I dig ditches and I have 2 herniated discs in my back, so I'm doing fucking fabulous.
All right. How's the music going?
Music's
Been making time with that, dealing with the pandemic and everything?
I have mostly just been trying to. I got into writing songs again. Took a break from that for many years. Just did a little mini show down in South Seattle.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that was fun.
So I'm guessing there was only 8 people, and
Of course.
sticking to accordance, and everyone
Yeah,
was
all of them had masks as well, and
never can be too safe.
yeah, we're
And,
all.
yeah, it's so weird time right now with trying to do shows and everything. That what I have found is either doing an online presence, or I still go busking because they can't really say shit about that because it's not like you have a crowd. Even though people stop and listen, and sometimes you do get a little bit of a gathering in a crowd. It's most of the time you're just. At least I get to play though, and that's kind of where I'm at too. But so you've been writing again because when we first met, because I've known this guy for a little while, America out there in your YouTube land, and when we first met, well, we were working together at that strip club,
Yeah.
and but I had known you did some spitting and did more of like a freestyle thing. I won't say like backpacker. But definitely were more of like a cipher rapper. Would that be an appropriate description?
Yeah,
at
no,
that point.
100%. Like I'm not gonna lie, I hate writing. If my talk to text worked better, I would just scream at my phone all day.
Oh well, I mean that's okay. So you just mean the actual like having to write?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
Well, no, that's the perfect thing with like talk to text and different, the Dragonfly or whatever that.
Yeah, it's just when you have like any type of accent and or slang, so and then you have to go back and edit and re-edit and.
Yeah, I never used duck that much in my life.
Yeah. It's a whole lot of ducking nonsense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I wish you'd use that language for the show, but I guess it's too late now. No big deal. Just fuck it, dude. Whatever.
I mean, honestly, I thought. Thought we were going raw. It's the only way I like to go. With
so influences. What are some influences of yours? What got you into spitting?
Probably like I was just raised around hip hop. My oldest brother is like 14 years older than I am, so I was raised listening to like MF Doom, Living Legends, The Grouch, like Mac Dre, Andre Nicotina, just a lot of underground rap, a lot of underground California rap because my brother's from Portland, so like kind of all mixed in together. And then like my dad's like has a huge music collection as well. So like I always like we'd have like music Sundays, so he'd just play all his vinyls like every Sunday. But I always was like interested. It's funny, I actually have a video of me when I was like, I'll probably say like 2.5, something like that. We were like at this park and there was a big event and my dad put me on stage and I actually like grabbed the microphone. I was just speaking gibberish, but I was like, I've always felt comfortable being on a stage and or entertaining people.
Yeah.
So, I was in like theater and stuff like that. So, at the end of the day, it's like, I just like hip hop's always been a calling to me. Like I used to try to break dance. That didn't really work out. Used to.
Well, I mean, unless you're stomping the yard, there's really nothing to progress to that I know of now. I mean, I also am not the most hip with everything that's going on. Hence why I'm on a web series on YouTube.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Hey, if it worked for Tom Green at one point, then it should hopefully work.
I mean,
for someone.
And you didn't have to hump a dead moose to get here.
I didn't have to.
But
hey, keep it down back there, Thicky Hendrix. We're trying to put on a show.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean,
peanut galleries in the back.
Yeah. He's also part of the entourage, though.
He
right?
also looks like a peanut. So.
I mean, if you were talking Charlie Brown characters, then yes. But like I was saying, he's part of the crew, a part of the entourage. Is you guys working together on any projects coming up?
Yeah. I mean, we perform together. You know, I look at it as it's easier to do things as a collective sometimes than as a solo. And not like recording music together or anything like that, but just having somebody, you know what I mean, or having a nice group around you, a support group, that sees the vision that you're trying to do, you know, and that's how we came up with the Nasty Boys Entertainment. So that's our kind of collective. We're doing a screenplay right now, also working on a book, and gonna start vlogging, and doing this music thing. So.
Oh, trying to get into the computer world too. See, that's why we're here today. Is it's like making that next step forward. Because I've been a bit of a performer myself. I try to tell the people on the TV, and they don't believe me.
He's really good.
But no. www.zachandshow.com. But anyway, it's hard with the transitioning because I got into the scene. Well, I'll say it was a weird time because, I mean, technology was advancing at that time, but it was more like when I started playing in bands and stuff, it wasn't still like Napster, and that's what was your worries and stuff, and streaming wasn't really anything close to what it is today. And
so
just
it's like
the whole,
1962 or?
I think it was the 40s. I don't know.
All right. Okay.
But
just trying to get a guesstimate.
Yeah, no, we're talking late 90s, early 2000s, and when it took forever to download that first page of porn.
Oh, yeah.
We were all there.
Shout out to Livewire.
Shout out to Livewire. He taught me this is the proper way for fisting. You can't just go in full fist, man, and too much damage.
You have to ease your way in, just like with anything in life, pretty much.
Yeah. No, but just with the whole having to progress, it is good to have a collective. It's good to expand because, I mean, it's not just about putting out good music, whether you put out good music or bad music or just music, period. It's like you've got to have 7, 8 other things going to even get the attention now. And it's interesting. I mean, it's just one of those things you just got to transition and ride the ride. It's just... And then on top of that, you've got a little bit of a pandemic going on where clubs are closed and not really doing anything, and we keep bouncing back and forth between phases, depending on what state you live in. Like Houston's popping, Atlanta, Idaho's still doing well,
doing its thing. So Montana.
I mean, people are all still getting sick and stuff, but we got to find that balance, I guess. I'd just like to start gigging sooner.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like you definitely gotta throw a bunch of shit at the wall and see what sticks at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and why not? If you don't jump off the ledge, you're never gonna, you try to stay in like a comfort zone area, then you got to start doing stuff that's out of the box.
Well, I had a big plan. Like once I hit like 100 subscribers, I was gonna start a beef with Joe Budden podcast or something along those lines. Maybe take some shout outs at Drake.
Okay, first of all, we never disrespect Drake.
No, I don't disrespect him. I'm just glad. I'm just glad he was able to get out of that wheelchair and that his dick works now.
Hey, listen. He didn't start in the wheelchair, okay? And don't you come for Aubrey, all right? Because Aubrey is king, and Aubrey will be king.
I mean, as a pop star, he's the king of the pop scene now.
No, he's the second greatest light skin of all time. I'm the first. Okay. So let's just,
I mean, but if I was saying for like actual MCs, as an MC, wouldn't even make my top 40.
Right, but we know about your real hip hop like takes. So
They're decent.
they are decent, but they're very I don't know. You have the very hip hop head.
No.
A hip hop head top 20 to top 40. And okay, so let me ask you this: top 20, you putting Gangstar in there?
Why wouldn't I put Gangstar?
Okay. Never good. Never good now.
Yeah. Actually, funny thing is, an album I think people forget about is I want to say early 90s, maybe mid 90s. Gangstar and Everlast put out an album together. That was just such a fire album. Such a fire album. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I don't know. His
Screen Man. No, I'm just kidding. See, that's where it starts, because I'm going to just start using terms that JBP does, and then I'm going to take little cheap shots and stuff like that.
Everything.
Because taking everything they have.
I need the Wi-Fi.
Oh my god.
So Screen Man don't got no Wi-Fi.
Listen, you have one job.
There's a McDonald's. There's not. There's really not.
There's a very interesting gas station though. I'll tell you.
Yeah, it's the River Rock. It's a great gas station. I'll throw out some free promotion for them there. Good gas station. Cheap cigarettes, good drinks. I don't have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
That was the whole conversation that we had earlier before. Remember when I made you dinner and we were trying to talk about production and stuff like this? Is exactly why you're not on camera.
Why you're not on camera. 110%.
This is why I'm gonna edit all this stuff out later. Thicky Hendrix.
Ridiculous.
No, it's not. But back to what we were saying.
Right.
What were we saying?
We were saying that
your last hit album with Gangstar.
Yes, but we were also talking about how your top 40 is very generic.
Generic?
I just want listen. You hip hop heads, you probably have Wu-Tang in your top 5.
No,
okay.
But the Beastie Boys is, and that's mainly for influence and just help pioneering and stuff, and because those are factors I always throw in,
right?
Which is like why Rakim's in my top 10. Not even that I rock a whole lot of it. I don't want to be like, oh, I listen to a shit ton of Rakim. I don't,
right?
But like I do know the influence and the impact he had. That's why like LL Cool J still will make my top 30.
See, but I'm just like looking at it like this, like, so I feel like we do this a lot. Like people that came before, we give them so much props and stuff like that, but like, are they really that good? You know what I mean? Like everybody hypes up.
If you are about to say something nice about Little Yachty, I will agree, but then I will be upset.
Listen, it gets cold like Minnesota, and don't you come for Yachty, all right?
No, Lil Boat. Shout out to Lil Boat.
Shout out to Lil Boat. But I'm just saying, like with like, is Jerry West better than Russell Westbrook? No.
No.
Okay, so is Rakim better than Dave East or Kendrick? You know, like, hey, sometimes you gotta call it how it is.
I'm gonna actually. I will throw this out here because that will help piss off Joe Budden. Whatever. I'm gonna keep saying it till I'm manifesting. I want a beef. I want beef. You're distracting me right now. You just help yourself. This is a house and a home. Oh, you wanted to. He was checking if I want.
He's being a gentleman.
We're all new to this stuff. I haven't had someone actually help me with stuff before, so I've been doing this show by myself. So
I'm not used to being taken care of.
Yeah, that's definitely definitely new to me. But so back to it. Quick question.
Okay.
What's your movie of the week?
Ooh, movie of the week, Soul.
Oh, you've seen it? I haven't seen it yet.
That's really good. Okay, or
now the soundtrack to that, I do know that like funny, and I only learned it because I was watching the Steve Colbert show, and John Baptiste, the piano player, who's fucking phenomenal, has a bunch of music, or not, a couple songs at least on that soundtrack.
and it's a very Motown inspired soundtrack as well. Got some Motown.
That's
cuts
awesome.
on there. Yeah. So that or I don't know. I've been going back. Like all these new movies that have been coming out are like so-so. The one with Shia LaBeouf was really good. The one where he just got like super tatted for.
Do I?
He's like an enforcer for the Mexican mafia.
I'm not familiar with
Oh
that.
yeah, that's some heat. Yeah, check that out. And then let's see, what did I watch recently? Went back to Law Abiding Citizen.
Oh, that's a good Gerard Butler movie. Jamie Foxx does a great job in that. Like, and it's that genre of like crime thriller where it is a bit predictable. Like by about 3/4 way through the movie, you're like, I know exactly how this is going to end.
Yeah, you keep doing bullshit until you get caught,
And then it's
more
just like the
bullshit.
one scene that happens in the trailer, and you're like, that was the end of the. You threw the ending in the trailer, thinking people wouldn't notice.
Can we talk about that more? I'm tired of them giving away whole movies and previews nowadays. Well, I mean, it's been happening for years, but it just seems like even more and more
To where it's,
blatant.
well, it's also advertising's gotten longer. Like, shout out YouTube advertising.
Yeah, put the ads on.
Buying those commercials, throw up them ads. But the ads are now, you got like 3 to 5 minutes to work with because you're paying for it. Or you do get a 30-second one, but why do that when you can throw out a 3-minute one that's going to pull them in? Because I've got suckered into it a couple times and then went and saw the movie, and then 70% of the trailer wasn't even in the movie. They're just using up like edited cuts, but they do throw some like pivotal scenes. Everyone just wants instant gratification.
Yeah, nobody wants to, nobody knows about foreplay anymore. Straight to busting nuts.
Straight to busting nuts and eating ass.
Speaking of, why are all the kids nowadays eating? First of all, that was such a fucking taboo.
Don't start with me,
Bro.
Mister. How many times I've heard you threaten me with eating my ass?
Listen, because there's no more dominating thing. No, actually, it's reversed. Because if you're getting your ass ate, you feel dominant. Ass eating, you kind of feel dominant, but it's not as much. You know?
And that's when cleanliness really matters.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's not like we've been dancing all at the club, hitting the ladies' room, making out with you, going down. I'm not going between the cheeks after you've been sweating in them for 3 hours.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to lick coochie sweat.
But it's weird, but I'll go for a box. I'll still go for a sweaty box over.
Yeah, but I feel like you enjoy a little salt with your tang.
If I had pepper, goddamn.
It's the only spices you know. So I mean,
butter's not a spice.
Listen, that mayonnaise will come in fucking clutch.
I am all out of mayonnaise. Actually, thanks for bringing that up. Grocery list. But so okay, check this out. Next question.
Oh, you still didn't answer. Is Kendrick Lamar better than Rakim? By the way, we're not just gonna run away from that.
Oh, we're totally running away from this. This is my show. I like Kendrick Lamar more.
Right. Because he's.
I can't say that he's been more of an impact on hip hop.
Right.
But that's hard to say because you can't really fuck with the pioneers because they're the ones in the early days actually making the beginning stepping stones or whatever.
Yeah, and they're untouchable. That's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, Big Sean's a better rapper than Rakim.
Oh,
that's facts. You gotta listen to some Big Sean. Big Sean goes hard as fuck. Tory Lanez is a better rapper than Rakim.
Don't say things you can't take back.
I will not take it back. I'm gonna get a lot of hate.
I have this new rule that you can't be a good rapper if you're 5'3" and under.
Well, what?
Also, don't shoot women.
Don't shoot women, allegedly.
Allegedly. You know what I mean? Hey.
We know you did it.
We all know.
We all know you did it. I am a full foot taller than you.
Yeah, that's that Napoleon complex.
It really is. And Meg's a tall, she's tall for a
She's
chick.
a sturdy woman.
Sturdy.
She's a stallion.
She is a stallion.
Fucking stallion.
Shout out to Meg. You're a queen.
You know what I mean? We respect black queens on this podcast.
And off the podcast and just in general. Like,
especially Zach.
You know, just give me a hard time about it.
Hey, everything's all right, you know?
Everything is all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times, though. I'm going to say good times. Okay, so, yes, I would have to say Kendrick Lamar would be a better rapper than Rakim, just because rap has evolved more where people have had time to build. You know, a lot of music is that way, which is a little, no, I wouldn't say upsetting, but it's something I always like when you're comparing early rock and roll to like what you would it's weird. I don't really think rock and roll is a thing nowadays it's just gotten like what you hear on the radio on the rock stations, I don't feel is rock and roll.
It's very poppy.
Or either it's poppy, emotional, emo-ish, or it's just like very generic new metal sounding. Every single metal band sounds the same. There's not a lot of differences.
Shout out to Slipknot, though.
Shout out to Slipknot.
Some my shit. I love Slipknot and Korn.
Those were, pioneers of their sound. Too bad they kind of fucked that one up. But yeah, so, but going back to that, like, just with the being able to hit untouchable status, that is that slippery slope, but.
It is. I mean, at the end of the day, you can only, like, you can't really go at the legends because, like, they're legends. You know what I mean? So.
Well, you should do the Sprite this time instead of the water. You know, fish have sex in water. But not the water out my fridge.
Oh. Snap. Unless I put some fish in that motherfucker.
If I had rings, I would be slapping them right now.
That's definitely in my next purchase category.
It's going to be working on
4-finger ring.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it just one finger on the bottom, or is it going to be a couple fingers?
So it spreads across.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be able to like stretch your hand out if you're wearing.
No, not really. It's like the ones that like Boozy wears.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Shout out to Thicky Hendrix.
You know what I mean?
I think he's like trying to get himself a job doing this. I don't have a budget yet. I hope he knows that. But we're always looking for sponsorship for the Michaud Show. So just find us. You can get a hold of me at www.zachmichaud.com.
And while you're over there, purchase the album. Yeah.
Speaking about albums, so you're working on something right now. Are you working full album, or are you just going to do an EP to start?
I think I'm just going to do an EP. Just get it out there. I think I'm just going to do a mixtape actually first, because it's been a little bit of a funk trying to clear some of these beats with said producers.
Mm-hmm.
So might just put it out there for free. You know what I mean? Just kind of do that and then get a couple of videos shot. Everybody wants songs with videos now. Like if you don't have
full-blown videos.
If you're not visually, stimulating, I don't feel that you get the same push almost.
Well, someone who's been visually not stimulating their whole career, like myself, I will have to say that probably. I bet if I was prettier, I bet I would have gotten a lot farther. Kind of makes me wish I gave a few less blowjobs along the way or got better things out of it.
I mean, hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
And that's not a true statement, but it could be.
It definitely is. So, what did you talk about one of your wildest road tripping stories yet?
No, this is actually the first episode that I've done just like a sit down, me not play music, sitting down, talk. So this is, thank you, by the way, for being my first official guest on the Michaud Show.
You know what it is.
Yeah, and it's pretty laid back. I know, we have known each other for a while, and you know my love of pro wrestling, and I always love that you, the fact that you at least like try to at least throw out the and I understand if you're not a fan, even though everyone should be a fan. It's the sport of kings.
Not now, but
No, absolutely. Well, not now. You take it back to like Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan, Jake the Snake, Papa Shango, Undertaker, like glory days, Ric Flair.
Attitude Era. Over.
No, I will still take the cocaine era over the attitude era because I do like, and it's funny how people are so hard on pro wrestling being fake.
I mean,
but then give actors awards for pretending. Like, if you are an actor, and I love acting and actors, actresses, you're all hot. I'd make out with any of you. But like,
is that actors included? Is that what you just said?
I mean, it's 2021. I just want someone to love me.
Okay.
And I mean, like, post-op, I'm not even going to care that much.
All right. Well,
but
I knew that was going to come around
at some point, right?
Yeah.
You knew.
Podcast.
This is. I don't understand what you mean.
Oh, so we're potting.
What do you mean?
That's how we're potting.
Yeah, Zach, did you watch Dark Side of the Ring at all?
I did watch some of the Dark Side of the Ring, and what I'm just kind of confused about is, when did you start asking questions? So we're going to talk about this after the show. Because it's the Michaud show.
Yeah.
Did you know that he changed his rap name today?
He did. He changed it from Dickie Hendrix to Debbie.
It's hot. I get it. But you got to watch that because I do believe there was a pop singer in the 80s named Debbie.
Well, there's also Lil Debbie, and she's in White Girl Mob with like V Nasty and Krayshawn. Shout out to White Girl Mob, by the way. Like, dude, you know what I mean?
I can't wait. As I evolve, I'm gonna eventually get sound effects and stuff like that because I don't want to sit here and just like
yeah, shout out,
pop, pop. I didn't get like gunshots. I get the gunshots, but at the same time, it's like, how is that like a celebratory noise? Even you take it back to the Old West, and everyone's like shooting their guns in the air, and I do get that. But then it's just like that. Cool, we can't stand in this spot because all these bullets are gonna fall back down eventually, and that shit happens.
I mean, yeah, that is true. But this town isn't big enough for the both of us, so you got to take somebody out.
I guess today's the day.
Today is the day.
Oh man.
Speaking of wrestling, though, yeah, how do you feel? How do you feel that it's over?
What do you mean it's over?
Huh? Undertaker.
Oh, him retiring. He should have done it 10 years ago.
Right.
To be all fair. And nothing against it because there was some pretty good stuff he did up there, but it was more just watching him. It was to the point of like any wrestler who goes too long, and I can understand why, because it's the only thing they know, it's the only thing they do. For some of them, that like you do 30 years in the business and you're trying to get out of it. That's like, it's a carny thing. It's one of those more like once it's in your blood, you're kind of in it for life,
right?
And the ones that do get out of it usually are way like fucked up physically or end up accountants. Do my taxes. Actually, I would totally fight an ex-pro wrestler to do my taxes.
Would you?
No, I just like saying things.
They're very strong.
Yeah, but I've been working. I can't even back that up.
So, like, how, like, were you shocked when Brock Lesnar broke the streak, or were you happy about it? Sad, indifferent, didn't matter?
Funniest thing was I had fallen out of watching wrestling like when that happened because at the time I was touring a lot and doing a lot of just not watching much TV and, a lot of traveling at that point. So kind of missed out on it, and like experiencing it after the fact, it was more just like oh, well, they've been talking about how the streak's been broken. Oh, that's how it happened. God, they let Brock Lesnar do whatever the fuck he wants.
Brock Lesnar
And-
does not care. He said, "I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna drink some Coors Light or some Budweiser. And I'm gonna bang my wife."
Yeah, and he should, because Sable's still hot. Like, I always had a thing, like, Terry Runnels was always my favorite. Terry, if you're listening, honey, like, I will date you today if you want to, like, hit me up.
See, I'm a Trish Stratus guy myself.
Yeah, she came back last year for a little bit and did pretty good. It's always fun to see, like, legend status kind of come back and do their thing. WWE, though, has fallen off its game so much as far as just, like, they're trying to kiss Fox's ass too much, and it's gotten so soap opera-y,
Yeah.
and the match quality is there, but they don't have enough matches. Like, even though it's funny watching, like, some older stuff, I've been revisiting a whole lot of 80s, even, like, the AWA stuff, and there was a lot more matches, but there was so many more squash matches where it was, like, main roster guy fighting some jobber, and they'd have like 5 of those real quick, and then maybe 2 or 3 matches worth it.
Right.
But then you think of it, and they still only have the 2 or 3 matches that are worth it. They just got all of these quasi dumb segments in between. That's why I've been digging AEW so much. That's a fun one. Just a lot more. It's like more indie style.
Back to the roots, like TNA.
Well, the funny thing is, because TNA's moved on to Impact and stuff, they went through, changed their name. They almost went out of business like 10 times, and then now they're actually more solid than ever and doing better than ever. But they're doing a cross promotion storyline with AEW right now. It's actually awesome what they're doing. It's fun because instead of like Vince McMahon wanting the stranglehold of all of wrestling and don't profit off of me, you motherfuckers, I'll take it all.
Right.
They're more just like, hey, you're a territory, we're a territory. We can work this together, make it interesting, but all keep our own thing going, which makes it a stronger scene, makes it more opportunities for guys to work and stuff like that.
Yeah, I just watched the documentary on who was it? New Jack.
That's a fun one. My brother JP is totally all about New Jack. He just loves the character.
He's a wild
He's
boy.
like read his books, just loves all the stories, listens to, because I believe New Jack has a podcast.
Does he?
And it's from what JP said, it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Or it's either he has a podcast or he was just listening to interviews of his, because I'm sure that's basically the only work he gets now. But
How's that man not in prison?
I don't know, because he has to like literally be like, yeah, I tried to kill that motherfucker. I wanted him to die.
Yeah, facts.
And then all of a sudden, dude, you're saying that on camera.
I mean,
to the camera. And like, no, this ain't fake. I wanted to kill that motherfucker. You are admitting that to a cat, and yeah, no jail, no what. Wrestling's weird though, because like it happened to Bruiser Brody. He was over in Puerto Rico. He got stabbed in the goddamn locker room and killed. And then that was ended up like no one getting charged and no one getting in trouble and no real anything happening. It's
just chalked it up to the game. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he did see his mom get shot by his dad, like in front of him. So he's kind of been tormented for a long time.
yeah, fuck.
Oh man, that'll do it. Fucking A.
Yeah, crazy. Okay, back to some music stuff.
Hey, you know what I'm here
Good
for.
segue. Jam of the week. What's your jam of the week right now?
Ooh, shit, what have I been listening to? I've been listening to that. Brent Faiyaz and Tyler the Creator made a fucking song together. The collab I did not know I need, but I'm so happy that it's here. Shout out to Brent Faiyaz, the best R&B artist of all time. And then shout out to
That is
Tyler.
such a slight. You were just talking about Motown earlier, and it's R&B.
Is that not soul?
Yes and no, because during Motown was like the mix of like rhythm and blues at the time,
Right.
and soul music and funk and all that, and that was just the infusion of it all. So because like you say that, but then I keep thinking it's like Sam Cooke was an R&B singer, And Sam Cooke is way better than Brent Faiyaz. Sorry, but just, you know.
I mean, I don't know. Brent Faiyaz
Actually,
just,
I'm not even sorry about it
Yeah.
because, like,
I mean,
because the funny thing was, like, with Sam Cooke, it was always so innocent sounding, but how that man lived, he was a pimp.
yeah.
And just like,
And
if you end up getting gunned down by by a lady in the end of your life, that's
you know what type of lifestyle you lived at that point.
fuck, man. Rest in peace, Sam Cooke.
Facts. Sip one. But I don't know. Brent Faiyaz just speaks to a lifestyle that I've come accustomed to. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's like a soundtrack for the.
Yeah,
for
no,
the
I get it. So
Ratchet
you take
lifestyle.
it more. Then I think that's the beauty about because music is so subjective. Because you know.
Plus, I just like to have a really hot take sometimes, and I like to upset people.
I was pretty upset, if you could tell,
Yeah,
by your
I
statement.
know you went straight to Sam Cooke.
Come-
You got very passionate.
Come
about
at me with your bullshit. Well, Otis Redding is way better than he is too.
it. Give me 5 Otis Redding songs.
That's pretty unfair.
Sitting on the dock of the bay, these arms of mine, dreams to remember. Tramp. Oh, which is such a beautiful. Anyway, Tramp. Sorry, I got thrown off. Hard to handle. Jeez, name 5 Otis Redding songs. Name 5 Brent Faiyaz songs.
Bluffing. Fuck the world. Lost Kids Get Money. Fuck it.
I actually don't know, so I can't fact check. He could just be saying shit, and I would.
Hey, no features though.
I used to. Those are no features as well. Those are no features.
Oh, don't worry. The Otis songs I named no features.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's facts.
Are you just gonna stop at 3?
That's 4. I said used to and clouded. That's 5.
Did you say Blind Man?
That's Xavier Omar.
That's a dope song.
Good song.
We all look alike, huh?
Very good.
No, I just remember playing that at the club a lot, and I always thought it was a
It's also my ringtone.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was my ringtone for a very long
for a
time.
very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to
Xavier Omar,
Xavier Omar.
Brent
and
Faiyaz, and Otis Redding.
shout out to everybody.
Just shout out.
Just shout out.
Just
Shout out.
Shout out.
Oh, this is great. It's funny too. I'm very excited for viewers to check this out since this is very new, and they're probably going to be like, since episode 1 I was playing music and stuff. They're probably going to expect that. Nah, but we do got a performance coming later, a little later. It's going to be. Don't worry. We asked Thicky Hendrix to spit 2 bars
That's all I got.
about Chinese buffets.
And how they made him thick.
And then we also have a small performance by Big Ratchet.
He's gonna fat shame me.
It's no fat.
It's not. You shouldn't have shame about being fat. You should have shame about not being active enough to get fat. I mean,
First of all, hey, shout out to all the thick boys.
and
I'm not
shout
gonna lie.
out to all the thick boys because you know.
I'd usually be wearing my thick boy hoodie. Shout out to Brendan Schaub. There's a lot of shout outs. We're doing a lot of shout outs.
That's gonna be 90% of the show, so it feels like
As guys, we just give props where props
it
are due.
feels like JBP like season 2.
Listen,
That's what I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna keep bringing him up until somehow it gets down the line that some nobody folk singer keeps calling out cheap shots.
that's
at him.
fine because Maul won't fight me. So
Maul won't fight you.
I could definitely take Parks.
No one is going after Parks. You can only go after who's on. Well, you're off camera, so you can go after Parks
Yeah.
because you keep chiming in when no one asked you to. So
he's just sitting over there getting drunker and drunker, and he's just talking.
it's
more
true.
and more.
He's just but don't drink and drive
No,
when you can get high and fly.
Oh my gosh, I haven't heard that since like
10th grade? Oh yeah, I'm
Oh,
older.
yeah, I started. Well, I was smoking pot at a very young age, so
Not me. I don't do the stuff.
no, he does not.
No.
But me, on the other hand, I don't do it anymore either.
Yeah, I used to do drugs. I'm not gonna quote Mitch Hedberg, but that is such a good joke.
I don't do drugs. Drugs do me. So.
Oh.
I used to do drugs.
Don't. We could probably get hit for copyright, and your timing's horrible. So, so as we get back to it,
Let's get back
when
to
you're
it.
going to do your musical performance, what I thought I was going to do is actually just, I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm going to play guitar, and you have to rap to it.
I don't know how to rap. I don't know why you keep like.
That's the whole episode is Big Ratchet. So you were supposed to bring your lyrics. I know you got ghostwriters. So
Yeah, that dude Caleb be writing all my fucking.
he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy, popular with the gals.
No, negative. I heard he's a fucking recluse.
Well, that's why he's good at writing, is because he's a recluse. That's, yeah. Does it count as a recluse if you stay in a concubine, though?
Oh my goodness! All right.
No, but seriously, like, if you lived in a concubine, but you never really went anywhere and you're a bit of a recluse, you're like, no, I don't want to deal with society. I just have this harem of...
Are monks, like Buddhist monks, like recluses, you think? Or you think they want to just come out and like tell
Well, no, because monks, I think, have the option of if they want to leave their... It's not a monastery? Is monks monasteries or just temple? Okay.
It's a temple.
So when monks are doing their temple, I think they can leave and, go and come and go as they please.
Can they?
I don't really know. I might be ignorant on the thing, but we potted, so
Hey, we're podding now. I don't know.
no, this is where we at. This is where we.
I'm not sure if they can.
Well, I'm telling them they can.
Yeah. Hey.
So
run.
Are we going to be the best of TikTok fucking podcast? Because then I'll quit. I'll quit my own show today.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's not even a podcast. It's a web series.
Okay, yeah, but every time I think of Buddhist monks, I always think of anger management. And I don't I cannot separate those two at all.
Which is also a good movie. Shout out Jack Nicholson.
Adam Sandler.
Fuck you, Adam Sandler.
Don't do that.
I'm just gonna start beefs with everybody.
Adam Sandler puts on for his homies.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. He really does.
It's a lot of respect.
I just wish he was funny.
You don't think Adam Sandler is? You don't think he's funny?
Maybe.
Do you think Chevy Chase is funny?
Absolutely, funniest guy in Hollywood today. And we podding.
Oh, Chevy Chase is not fucking funny at all.
No, Chevy Chase is not funny.
Okay,
no,
cool.
he had some moments. Caddyshack, classic. The movie Nothing But Trouble is fantastic.
Okay, do you think? Okay, so obviously you're gonna take Bill Murray over Chevy Chase, right?
Bill Murray over Chevy Chase every time.
Okay, that's understandable. But
Steve Martin over both of those
ooh,
aforementioned.
Steve Martin over Bill Murray? That's a hot.
Yeah.
Take.
No. As a comedian, I'd take Steve Martin. As a banjo player, I'd take Steve Martin.
You just gonna throw out fun facts?
He's so awesome. He is so awesome. Do you know, like, back in the 70s, he sat in with the Grateful Dead and was, like, playing banjo for, like, a concert? Yeah, he's fantastic.
Okay, I want a hot take. I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Is the Grateful Dead that good, or is it just like a...
Yes, the Grateful Dead... Yes, I'm going to say I was a fan. I was a fan of their music. The writing's good. It's a bunch...
Are you, like, obligated to say that? Or
No, I'm not obligated to say that. They just combined a bunch of sounds. They took a bunch of different influences, combined them together. Their message was always a positive one. They were about community, and they played some... Jerry Garcia was such a monster musician, multi-instrumentalist, had a bunch of other bands, and all those other bands were great. I just love them. They're not everybody's cup of tea because they would get drugged out and then kind of time travel with their songs, and not everybody's into a 30-minute Space Jam, but
I mean, yeah, but Pink Floyd does that as well too, right?
Well, yeah, but they wouldn't go so live. They would. They can get going pretty expansive, but I don't think a whole lot of early Pink Floyd. There would be stories of them just doing crazy long jams and stuff. as they get older, it was way more produced, and then the whole split up and stuff. And David Gilmour was much more of a structured songwriter than, say, Roger Waters. But that might even be a hot take or a cold take. I don't know. Take it as you will.
Yeah, but make sure you take it raw.
Always take it raw. That's if there's one message you get today, it's no one asked my movie of the week, since we're asking the host questions now.
Well, I was just gonna ask you, what is your what do you think about these kids nowadays not using condoms? And
I just found out what condoms were like 2 months ago.
I've been allergic for years. So.
I mean, I figure that I'm just doing my part to make sure penicillin doesn't go out of business. And
so it's burning.
No, that's not because of penicillin. Shout out penicillin. Oh man,
been keeping me lit since
keeping
about 93.
And it's not true. It could be.
All right, so what's your movie pick of the week?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. My movie pick of the week is the early classic Howard the Duck. So I want to say early 90s. Once again, I can actually read. This is a newer version. This is a remastered version of it, so it's telling me 2008. That's
also,
not
that
true.
cover reminds me of something to Mars. What is it?
Mars Attacks?
Mars Attacks.
That's such a good movie.
Yes.
Fuck it. Howard the Duck is awesome. It's an awesome movie, but fuck it. Mars Attacks. Mars Attacks. That is a fucking gem. That's Jack Black's first movie. Just like so many cameos of different people, and it's just so funny. And that's another Jack Nicholson classic. He should be president. Fuck everybody we've had. They've been lame as shit.
Hell yeah, we'd be doing a lot more cocaine if Jack Nicholson was president.
No, I probably would not be, because I'm sober now, ladies and gentlemen. I decided to just be sober off of all drugs, but cough syrup has been totally. It's not a drug. It's a medicine. So
as Lil Wayne says, it does not matter what's in my cup. It is my cup.
Speaking of cups, thanks, Casey. And Perhilon Brewery.
Perhilon.
Shout out to everyone. You better pay us money with sponsorship. Speaking about sponsors, if you're interested in helping a guy just talk to random people about all sorts of stuff, force him to perform later in the episode. It's going to be one song. He's basically, we're going to go after Drake. I'm going to play Nice for What, and he's going to rap over top of it.
I'm not going to, I would never disrespect Aubrey by rapping over his beat, unless it's Pound Cake, because I love that beat.
Everybody loves that beat.
It's a good beat. And I'm not going to lie, Childish Gambino murdered that when he had a full-on
Lil Dicky as well. What Russell Westbrook on a Farm, that song is such fire. And that's on the Pound Cake beat.
I know. You're just, your obsession with Lil Dicky goes...
just because you can't accept talent for being talent. I like
Lil Dicky. We've had this conversation.
We have had this conversation, but not on air.
On the pod.
I forgot that my neighbors probably don't want me yelling.
Yeah, probably not. But Asher Roth could have had a way bigger career. Asher Roth could have been Lil Dicky.
You know who I blame for that? Adam 22.
Ooh, I like to hear that. Yeah.
Shots.
Yeah. Bow.
Boo, 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 boo.
No, guys, I told you, I'm just taking shots at everyone until someone claps back. Come on.
Exactly. We're going, throw a bunch of shit at the wall.
Throw a bunch of shit at the wall. Except for Never at You, DMX. I love you too much, and I know you'd actually hurt me.
And you also impersonate police officers.
I'm scared of you.
You can throw people in trunks.
You don't look good in dreadlocks, though. I'm just.
Listen, you don't talk about the dog like that.
You don't talk about the. I'm talking about the character he played in that.
I was watching a video and they were talking about how he fell asleep in the studio and Noriega was trying to get a verse from him and they were like, nobody wakes up the dog when it's sleeping. And I was like, yeah.
I could just imagine though, like where it's just like a grumpy wake up, like they're talking it up, like he's just gonna like start like pull a gun or something. It's just like, what do you do?
Why are you waking up the dog?
I don't want me. I'll be back. Just like kind of just more like cranky.
He also, shout out to DMX. He had 2 #1 albums in the same year. That is fucking insane.
One of those rappers that at the time he was out never thought, like looking back, that he would be. Would I put him in a top 20? I'm just thinking if I'd put him in a top 20.
I don't know. Angry black dads love him. So my father is all about it.
And he's like 5'6", so he passes my whole 5'3" rule. So,
what about 42 Doug? 42 Doug is nice. He's probably like 4'11".
Oh well, that's under 5 foot, so that's a whole new territory. Because Bushwick Bill was the shit. So
was Bushwick Bill the shit, or was it his
Child's Play?
Yeah, who had the hardest verse in that though? Definitely Scarface.
Oh, Scarface doing okay?
I'm not sure. See, this is
because last I heard was off of some other podcast show.
I heard he almost died. Yeah,
but yeah, he's not doing great. So hopefully, shout out to you and the Ghetto Boys.
It's a whole lot of
hip hop classic. So many I don't know what to talk about. I'm new to this. Talking to you like you're gonna be back next week or something. You should probably not come back because ever. Because then you just got to keep bringing Thicky, and Thicky's going to drink all my Dr. Pepper.
And your Sprite.
Stop drinking my Sprite!
So I give you more.
So, you see what happens.
I sit alone at
when
home
people
stop.
Oh, guys, so, one last thing.
Scarface is okay, by the way.
Oh, sweet.
Nigga's good.
Okay, that's good to hear. So many shouts outs that I'm gonna not do as many. Probably next episode I won't do any.
He did turn 53 this year, so big shout out.
He had a birthday this month?
Yeah, recently.
Awesome. Happy birthday. So right now I'm gonna take a little break, guys. There's gonna be a cut scene and stuff like that. We'll be back with Big Ratchet, and he's gonna do some freestyle. I'm gonna force him to do some freestyle.
I'm not a rapper.
It's true, but he pretends to be one on YouTube. We'll be back, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. A Michaud show premiere. Put your hands together, all the way up from Seattle. Big Ratchet, would you like to touch my ball?
Hey nigga, it's me, the one and only. Use my lightsaber, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Don't you know your main bitch just blow me in the motherfucking Lincoln? Fuck you bitch niggas thinking. Don't you know I leave her leaking like an old fucking faucet. When it comes to that ratchet shit, nigga, we fucking on it. Don't you know I got your bitch hooked on chronic with a little bit of that snow? Don't you know she love to blow? I got her out of control at the party. Don't you know she go ahead and get motherfucking gnarly like them white boys say on the motherfucking daily. My niggas only know 2 things. That's that fuck you and that pay me. She swallowed the whole nut down. Yeah, she babysit my babies. I'm going crazy. Nigga, what's brackin'? What's happening? Don't you know a nigga like me steady motherfucking macking and we jacking any nigga that wanna take my flow. Turning good girls into motherfucking hoes. Got them bent over at my motherfucking shows. And don't you know I go ahead like a model bitch, make them strike a pose, I suppose you niggas wanna be me. Well, all you niggas John Cena can't see me. Yeah, nigga, go ahead and whip it up. You already know when it come to bad hoes, I can't get enough. I'm whipping in the motherfucking kitchen. Fuck around with a real nigga, end up missing. Got your whole body in the motherfucking dishing. And don't you know she like a genie the way she grant all my wishes. Nigga.
Ladies That was Big Ratchet. That was Big Ratchet. World premiere on the Michaud Show. You heard it first here. Like and subscribe. I really like this beat. I'm just going to say that. It's a fire beat. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back with just a little bit more. Fuck around and find out. Welcome back, everybody. And we're going to be wrapping up. Thank you for joining us. Big Ratchet, thank you very much. Hell of a performance. That was A1 bars.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I hope you come back. We'll have you back at some point.
I'm with it.
We'll have to see how the wind blows and all that stuff.
So, yeah, hopefully you blow me. And
yeah, no, it's going to be good. By the way, before you go, you like reading?
I'm a reader.
You dabble in the literature?
Yeah.
What's your book of the week?
Book of the week. I want everybody to check out Walter Dean Myers, Monster, and or Slam. Either or, one of just anything Walter Dean Myers. Just go read. But Monster, Slammer, definitely his top two.
Awesome.
What about you, sir?
My book of the week just happens to be. Funny thing is, I show the artwork and I sit far enough away where you can't actually see it. So I just know it's part of the joke. It's part of the joke. So my book of the week is The Dark Side of the Moon, making of the Pink Floyd masterpiece. It's a good read. It goes through just the history, a little bit about the band, and then just like a lot of behind the scenes with making of the album. That's always a fun thing. It's just like to just throw some more shade at the boy. You know, like as much as he is influential, he doesn't have an album that's going to have the lasting impact like Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Yeah.
Well, that's a Beatles song off of...
Listen, but we know why they made it.
Well, yeah, because Acid is cool, and...
I don't know about that. I don't do drugs.
Neither do I anymore.
They do me. Anyways.
Yes, but thank you for tuning in. Big Ratchet, Thicky Hendrix.
Yeah,
I'm Zach Michaud. Thanks for tuning in. Like and subscribe. And, links down below. One more question for you.
All right, hit me with it.
Would you like to touch my ball?